Hello, hello. We are going to experiment today and try to do a window pull out journaling sleeve of sorts. If I can find who I saw this from, I will tag them down below, but it was so cool. But it's like, you know, you take your journaling cards that you create and normally you put them in a little sleeve. But this person cut out like a see-through hole and you could see the cards through it. It was really, really cool. So I have some just miscellaneous butterflies that someone gifted me, which I absolutely love. And this beautiful quote that says, "Let happiness bloom." And then I've got this plastic that I think we're going to use as part of the window. I'll find another home for the things that are in there. And then I got this cardstock when I ordered something from Planning City, and I thought this would be perfect for creating kind of what I want to create. So we're going to cut off these two flaps and just see what we can come up with. This, oh, did not work at all. I think my blade also needs to be replaced. So this is going to be part of a loop group video hosted by Creatively Lisa Marie. She brings a bunch of us content creators together, gives us a theme, and this one is crafts. So this is me trying a different kind of craft here. I'm going to trim a little bit more of this off because I don't like that weird edge. There we go. So my plan is I want to do a pocket that I cut out like a window, put the plastic in it, and then we have journaling cards that can slide in and out. And the very first, well, all of them potentially will have like some sort of decoration on the front of it, and the back I can use for journaling. So we're gonna see if I can get the sticker off there. Ooh, smooth as butter. Nice. Much appreciated. We're gonna stick that over there. So I don't want the pocket to be too large and in charge. So let's trim it down some more. I have no measurements that I'm going with. I'm just experimenting right now, and that actually kind of looks like it's too small. But since I've already cut it, we're already here, that is what it's going to be, and that looks crooked as all get out. Let's see if we line that up with part of that. Maybe it's not. Well, it is kind of, but tomato, tomato. We're just going to live with it. So, how thick do I think? Well, hold on. I could use this one instead because it is taller. I just need to trim off part of that edge. Right? For some reason, I don't feel like this is straight when I go to line it up, which is really annoying. Again, it could just be me. Okay, we took off just part of that edge there. So we're going to make that our pocket. So how big do we want said pocket? I'm going to say, I'm going to go 4 inches for right now because I can always trim it if I think it's too big after we start cutting stuff. Right? Right. Now I have to trim the window, which I'm a little nervous about. So what this person did is they also took washi and outlined the washi. So I need it big enough for some washi. I got to figure out which washi we're going to use. I don't want it too thick. I don't want it too thin. As I'm looking around my desk of all the washi that I pulled out. So these were all gifted to me. I just randomly pulled them out. And then I have these as well because these are I was going to use for something else today. I kind of like this one because it goes with the pretty colors of the butterflies. So maybe we try this first. We're going to put this, and we're just going to see how much. I might want to double this up because that feels pretty thin. Oh, yeah, maybe. We might get lucky. Nope, we are not going to get lucky, so we're going to purposely put it cattywampus here. Okay, let's do the other side. And then I'll trim all of this here in a little bit. But I kind of want to get this down because I need to cut out the window. So I have no idea where I got this washi from. My apologies, not a clue. I've had it in my stash for quite a while. Okay, now we also need to do the top and bottom. I hope I'm in frame. How's everybody doing today? This is going to go up, I believe it's the 25th. I love doing collab videos, especially with the group that Lisa Marie puts together because we are all so very different. And we are going to take this theme of crafts and do probably completely different things, which is marvelous because I always love seeing what the other creators come up with. And I don't know how many people are participating, so I can't tell you who's going to be next, but I can tell you that you can click down in the description and the next person, their link to their video will be right there. After you've watched mine, if you would give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you have not, and then click in the description for the next person's. Go watch their video, give them a like, leave them a comment, subscribe to them if you have not, all of the fun things. This is a great way to get to know other creators if you don't know about them just yet. All of them are fantastic human beings. I just love them. And if you are interested in joining a loop group, reach out to Creatively Lisa Marie, and she will be able to hook you all up. Okay, let's try to get that peeled up. Well, it's probably not the greatest place to put that, but in the time, it is what happened. Okay, actually, that's just really cute. Even if I wasn't using this for this purpose, this is pretty adorable. I did kind of mess this up a little bit. So we're going to see if we can get that back on straight. Now, what I could have done is I could have cut like diagonally right here and made it like a picture frame, but I don't think I'm going to, especially since I just trimmed everything off. I am looking for my cutting mat, which is right here. I'm almost wondering, okay, hold on. This might not be, I wanted to, well, okay. I originally wanted them to fit right in here, and this is not going to work that way. Okay, so what am I going to do? One of them will. I can make this one work. Kind of. Not. Because I also wanted it to stick up some, so I could put, okay, we're going to pivot for a second. Bear with me while I figure out my life choices here. I didn't, okay, I am going to need to glue this down. Did not give myself a lot of space for that either. So, we need to be here to here. We're going to move that. This is kind of the fun thing about creating. You cut them too long. It's always fun just kind of to experiment and see what's going to happen. So will this technically fit in between there? No, it is a little too big still. I would rather have it be too big than too small, but I think ultimately, okay, I think that's going to work. I think it fits in between the two. We're going to make it work. Now what we're going to do, we're going to get our cutting mat. We are going to get our cutting device and our straight edge. And we are going to try to cut right along that washi. And we are just going to cut out that inside part. And then we're going to flip this over and we are going to put some plastic to cover this part to make it a window. Okay. Oh, I wasn't even close to cutting through that. Oh gosh. Okay. I might find another way to cut through part of it. It's not going to be the safest way, but we'll get there. Okay, one more side, and then we'll figure out how to punch through it all the way. I don't recommend. Okay, most of that did go through. Perfect. What I may have to do, booger. Okay, that part is all the way through. That is all the way through. This one is almost all the way through. Except right there at the edge. Okay. And this one is not even close. Wow, this one is stubborn. Dang. Oh man, okay. Which part of you can I get out? Oh, all of you. Yay! Okay, so that is the outside. Now, to take this, because I want the plastic part. So we're going to take those out and I'm going to find another home for them. And turn this that way. Okay. We're going to take this part from here and turn this into a window. Okay, let's find the taper glue, whichever one I can find quicker. I am going to put down a little tiny scrap piece of paper here. Okay, where's the sticky coming from? I don't know. I think it's this way. Go all the way around the edges. Then we're going to take this beautiful creature and get you right there. Okay. So now we have something we can use like that. We will trim this up. I have not decided where I am putting this yet. If it's just going to be in my creative journal, oh, maybe for Easter, or if it's going to go into my everyday carry. I don't know where this is going just yet. We'll see if this turns out the way I want it to, and then we'll determine where this bad boy is going. So we are going to throw these extra pieces away. Okay, I'll put those away. We'll save that for something extra. Now, was that the one I was going to use? This is the one that came out of the middle, which we could use eventually, but it won't quite fit the way I want it to. Because what I really want to do is to be able to have this stuck down and this come in. So we want to have some sort of design here, but then I also want something here. So let's see if we can find two of these cute butterflies that will join back to back so we can have it like pop up like this. I am just laying these out kind of willy-nilly. That doesn't quite go with that. I did just kind of dump out a bunch of stuff today though. We're going to put him back where he belongs. And let's see if we can find something that potentially will work here. It doesn't have to be exact, although it would be nice. I don't know that I'm going to find anything. Oh, do I have a couple more here? You might. That doesn't belong there either. That's okay. Let's see. Apparently I have more over here than I thought I did. Awesome. Okay. Kind of. How about you and you? No, not really. Almost. I think these two actually kind of fit the best. Kind of. I can't get them apart. Okay, we're going to keep that like that. We're going to potentially, that's going to be a lot of sticky. How about you two? I don't even know why I thought that you guys are facing the exact same direction. How about you two? No. You two are facing the same way. No. No. Kind of, but no. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought for sure that, no, I was going to wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, just find something really, really quick. But what I could do is I could go the top, put some extra at the top. Okay, these two I'm going to keep together. These beauties, I'm going to keep those two together as well. These are, oh, wait. Boom, right there. That's our first one. Yes. Okay. Perfecto. Not perfect, but it is what I'm looking for. So we're going to put you here, my friend. And we're going to take this one and put you on the back. Come on, my guy. Struggle bus. Okay. So we're going to try, again, I'm sorry if I'm not in frame, to get this lined up here as best we can. It's not 100% perfect, but it is pretty dang close. So now when we have this down and we slide this in, you can see the pretty butterfly, and we will have some butterflies in here. Although I am thinking about putting that there. I think this just needs to be on another one. Okay, we're going to set you aside. These are not as tall as I would like them. That one's closer. Like, I can definitely do this and just stagger them. Is it ideal? No, but that's okay. So how, well, first, let's cut off this rough edge here, because it is rough. That's almost too much, Karen. Check with it. Okay. Then take you and, oopsie, stay straight there, bud. Trying to get a feel for how tall I want it. Let's just go there. I can cut it off some more. Again, I'm totally winging this. Oh, maybe I'll leave them stacked like that. Okay, let's just experiment. My poor desk is such a mess right now. It's great. So this could just be the first one that gets pulled, you know, in and out. What I'd originally thought about was, you know, you would see this, and then like some more pretty butterflies in the middle, something like that on here. And then on the other side would be used for journaling. Do we have, I am thinking of trying, this one just worked out so well. I want another one of those situations, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to keep kind of, oh, these two worked kind of, sort of, especially if I do it down that way. Okay, these are going to be another one we use. Are these one we just cut? Because it could go back here. Okay, we're just going to give it a shot. I can always trim them down. Or what I was just thinking as well, we could, shoot, was it this one? Eek, I think it was. I think I know what we can do for the other one. We can do a little cutting around it, potentially. Yeah, it could be just a little too sticky. Like here, there's quite a bit sticking out. It is just taking off the white part. And I wonder if I could do that more here. Because I don't think it's actually cutting any of the color to the butterfly. I think it's just cutting the white around the butterfly. I think this video is going to be extremely long. My apologies, kind of, sort of. But I really like experimenting with this kind of stuff. It's really fun to kind of get out of my complete comfort zone, you know? Oh, I need to be careful there because that's going to cut into that part. Okay, so we can't do much more of that. Eek. Okay, that's fine. It would have helped if I would have done just a little bit more pre-planning, but that's okay. Throw those over there. So now we can either put that there. I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to see that through the window and maybe put it like here, and then a pretty butterfly like right there. Yeah. Come on. Okay, so if we have that, this slides in there. Hopefully, okay, I was able to get everything kind of in frame perfect. And then we can always have this one kind of slide behind it in there. Right? Yeah. I could take a corner rounder and round that. That might be a nice way to go. And then I think we had this one. And what I was thinking is taking, okay, which, we've got green and green, or we've got, no, I can't like it that way. Okay, so we need a different color. Let's potentially go, do we go one of these guys? Or, because everybody there besides this one has their wings out, do we go that way? Okay, let's see how these are going to line up, because this will be like this but cut out. Okay, I like that. Yes, so we're going to take you, and the back of it will just all be for journaling. So then we're going to take the gyro cut. We're going to take the big one here, and we're going to cut around the butterfly. Not completely. We will have to find a good stopping point, which I'm thinking might be right here and all the way across, and then here across, and trim here. So the back of this butterfly is just going to be the pink cardstock. I'm gonna have to try to cut it again. Must have had a bunch of stuff on it. Yeah, I barely got through, which I figured might happen. This is pretty thick cardstock. I could attempt to fussy cut with my scissors if I find my baby ones, which I might end up doing here in a little bit. Maybe just to clean up some of the edges. Oh man, that was silly. I kind of ripped off part of the paper. Okay, so we have that. We have these. I'm going to try to corner around that bad boy right there. Let's see if this works. Okay, and how about this side? And this one. I think I like that better. And then I might take my scissors and do that part in a little bit, but we'll see. So now we have our see-through pocket. And you can take them in and out and you can journal. This one I may actually go the other way. Yeah, we'll probably go that way. Just like that. So we have some journaling on these sides if we so desire. I want to find a way to make that just a bit prettier because that is going to drive me crazy. Oh, that would kind of cover up. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I could be making things worse. Basically, I'm just trying to trim off some of the extra white that's on here without making it look too goofy. And then we'll see if we can get this potentially to line up a little bit better. I don't care if some of the pink shows, but having so much of this part is going to be a hard no. So I can't trim any of that anymore. That's okay. I gave it a shot. So what am I going to try to put this in where we can see? Okay, bear with me one moment. I've been playing in my creative journal a little bit earlier today. And I was going to set up some Dutch doors. Okay, here's one. Here's the other. There's this. So like if we had, I'm not going to put it in here because it completely clashes. But if it would look something like this. Where's the other one? It's hiding. But it looks something like that. So then you're able to take this in and out. What do you think? I think next time I need to make this part bigger because once I glue this down, I don't know that I'm going to be able to pull these out of there. But I love the concept. I wish I could remember who I saw did this. But like you could even decorate here, put this on there, and then even if you just had one card, when you pulled it out, you could have something pretty behind it. Okay, that, my friends, was my loop video for crafts. Give me a comment down below. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? What would you do differently? How should I approach this in the future? Because I definitely want to give this another try. This was fun. Yeah, trial and error. So with that, I thank you. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment of some sort down below. And importantly, go and visit the next person in our loop. When you have finished theirs, you will go down to their description and find the next individual. And then once you find yourself back at me, you have completed the loop, and we greatly appreciate you. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.